All right, let's talk. Do these oils work? When I first started using oils in 2009, I didn't know how many companies were out there. There were just a few then, not as many as there are now, not as many choices or decisions to make. So, the friend who introduced me to essential oils, she used Young Living, so I started using Young Living. I brought my oils home and I started using them, and I got big positive results. Amazing things that I couldn't keep to myself, and I started sharing it with all of my friends and family. While having conversations with them, I realized some of them had been using oils for a while too, but they weren't getting the same results as me. Some of them had given up on oils altogether because they didn't seem to work. So I started asking myself, what's the difference between my oil and their oil? Or maybe I'm just special and only oils work for me. Nope. You know what I found? I found that there's 4 different grades of essential oils out there. There's a grade A, which would be more of your therapeutic grade essential oil, which is what I choose to use and continue to use with my Young Living essential oils. These are organically grown, harvested at a specific time, and there's a long distillation process that it goes through at low temps so that you can get all of the compounds from the oils removed from the plant. There's also grade B. Grade B is more of a food grade rating. They may contain some synthetics, some pesticides, some fertilizers, or chemical extenders, and sometimes carrier oils. Then there's grade C. This is more of your perfume oil. The quickest way to get an essential oil out of a plant is to use a harsh chemical solvent. It very rapidly dissolves the plant and pulls the oil out of it, which is great for time saving and maximizing all that you can out of a harvest, right? But the downside is those harsh chemicals, they stick with the oil. You can't separate them once they've been introduced. So if you don't want a harsh chemical solvent embedded into your essential oil, I would avoid grade C for a couple of reasons. Hexane, which is one of the solvents that they use to get your essential oil out, that one's been linked to cause cancer. And the worst part is, you don't have to have all chemical solvent essential oil in this batch. It could be diluted very heavily with something like an alcohol or extended with another oil so that it has a slightly more appealing smell to it. Grade D is usually the floral water. When you go to a harvest, you can get floral water separated from your essential oil. So after the oil is distilled, there's also this beautiful floral water. And honestly, if you smell it, it smells amazing, right? Smells great. Smells a lot like the oil that came out of there, almost exactly like it, maybe not as strong. So grade D is this, the floral water. So the companies that purchase this floral water, which you could also refer to as the trash that's left over from distillation, and after the oil is pulled out, they'll take that floral water and they'll mix it in with some other carrier oils, and they'll sell that as an essential oil. So if you are getting a bottle of lavender for like $5, and you're looking at your friend who paid more like $25 for her bottle of lavender, and you're like, hey, I got a great deal. You're buying the leftovers from this with your grade D, all right? Do you want that? Do you want to be buying the leftovers? I mean, this is just the trash they're gonna throw away anyway, but you bought it. All right, so what makes Young Living different? What would make any of the companies different? Because you might be using a great company that's out there. So why don't you ask a couple questions? Ask, what's the process that my oils are going through? What about the farms? Are they free of pesticides and chemical fertilizers? What about the distillation? And then, is there any testing that's going on with these essential oils? What if there's just a screwy batch out there? What if the oils got cooked too high at a heat that burned the batch or did something else to it. What process are these going through? I love that Young Living has decided to very strictly not only follow Seed to Seal, but also welcome each of us in to participating in Seed to Seal. If you haven't gone to seedtoseal.com yet, I would encourage you to go check it out. And if you are using a different oil other than Young Living, I would encourage you to ask some of the same questions that I started asking. Where is my oil coming from? How is it grown? How is this plant grown? How is it distilled and harvested and distilled? How is it tested? And can I go see these places? Can I go be a part of it? Can I go check out the warehouse? Can I go talk to the people that are doing the testing? I would encourage you to ask those questions and to go do those things so that you can have confidence that you are using a grade A essential oil and you're not using the trash water from the grade D, which smells amazing. And I'm going to throw some in my bath water so that I can have a luxurious bath. But I'm not going to be using this on my skin or in my diffuser or ingesting it orally and claiming that it is the exact same as this, right? So ask some questions. Do your oils work? And if you're coming up with the question or with the answer, my oils aren't working the same, not for me anyway, well, what's going on with your oil?